Hi, it's Linnea. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take this to this. I'm going to be walking you through my checklist of all the things that you need to build your pull-up strength. So first, we're going to start with a strong core strength foundation. People don't realize that you actually need core strength to be able to do the pull-up. We can do some nice, simple seated variations here. So sitting on the edge of the bench, you want your knees at about a 90. Put your hands on the sides here, and then pulling your core down. You're gonna alternate knees coming up. You should start to feel some really nice, almost a little bit uncomfortable tension in your lower abdomen. And that is how you know you are starting to engage your lower core, which is essential for pull-ups. Our next progression is the hollow hold. So you want to go ahead and take a seat on the floor. Your legs will be extended out in front of you and your arms will come up overhead. So this is going to mimic more of a hanging bar position. So you're going to go ahead and lay back. You want to think your low back glued to the floor. So this is going to make sure that you're using your core and you're not putting strain on your low back and you're ignoring your core. Your legs will extend out in front of you. Lower and closer to the ground is going to be harder. Bringing your legs up higher will be easier. Your arms will come up overhead. You can even do a little leg lift here or just hold. In our next core progression, we are now ready for the hanging hollow hold. You just did your hollow hold on the floor. Now you're like, I'm ready to work on my grip strength and establish a good core foundation. We're gonna go ahead and take a step up. We're going to do a nice thumb under grip is ideal, but I know that a lot of people starting out, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. So if it's easier to do thumb over, that's okay. But we eventually want to progress to thumb under the bar. You're gonna come down here. You don't want your shoulders shrugging like this. We're not activating anything. You want shoulders to stay down, keep your chest open and get that hollow hold position, putting your feet slightly out in front of your body and holding like so. Pulling your belly button back towards your spine and down. A great way to progress your core and grip strength is doing some really fun hanging ab exercises. So you can take your hanging hollow hold to the next level, add in some alternating knee tucks, you even do an L-sit hold, different leg raise variations, or even adding in a little bit of instability, moving side to side. That would kind of mimic if you're struggling in your pull-up, kind of keeping that body control. So we've been working on grip strength. We've kind of started to establish a good core foundation. Now you're ready to start for the initial pull of the pull-up. So we're engaging our lats, which is something I see a lot of people struggling with. And that's when we start seeing the imbalances and we're kind of doing like a little shimmy up to the bar. So let's kind of dial that in and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. All right, so coming up to the bar here, we're gonna come down, pull your belly button towards your spine, chest is open, and you are going to add in some little shrugs here. Think of this as the start of your pull-up. You can also add in some rotations, a great way to warm up, either forwards or back. And I use this like every time I do pull-ups, I do all three of these. Our next movement is doing a scapular swing, full body tension, and feel like your feet are pushing away. Adding in that little bit of swing in comparison to the scapular shrug makes it a little bit different. So you're activating a little bit more rapidly, and that's gonna help with your overall pull strength to get up and over the bar. A great progression to start adding more range of motion to your pull strength is the inverted row. So you want to get a nice low bar like this. You're going to come down, your feet will be planted, and you want to kind of set up your bar position. You want it underneath your bra strap. Once you get to this position, you don't want your elbows flared out. You want them down because this is going to be really uncomfortable, and I can already feel it's really uncomfortable. Up like this, and then lower yourself down. You are going to have a bend in the knees. That way you can feel nice and stable and pull yourself up to the bar. If you start feeling like this is too easy, this is where you can add in a feet elevated variation so that you are adding more of your body weight. Another variation is a feet assisted pull-up, and you're gonna do that off of a low bar. So you wanna go ahead and put your hands about a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Your feet are gonna be down on the ground. Your hips are positioned under the bar. And with as little assist from your feet as possible, you are going to look up at the bar and pull yourself up. Your elbows, as opposed to flared like this, ow, they're going to be down, and you wanna keep your shoulders depressed. And again. So often people will look at these exercises and they're thinking like, oh, I just want to jump into just a straight pull-up, but they're not quite ready yet. And that's where we start skimping on our strong foundation and we have the imbalances we've talked about. So these are really great to progress to your first pull-up, as well as keep adding into your workouts even when you're past that, kind of towards the end, so you're still building that foundational strength. So now you've built your foundational strength, you're ready to start establishing strength in positions. So we are now on our high bar, yay! We are going to do over bar holds and 90 holds. So go ahead and push off. You're gonna come up to the bar, keeping your elbows down and hold. You wanna think your hollow hold position, keeping your ankles together. And you're like, oh, I can't hold this anymore. Use your box. You could use a taller step up than this bench. I'm obviously a shorty, so like this is a little bit low for me. But if you got a higher box, that way you wouldn't have to fully extend to bail. Next hold that we're gonna go over is our 90 hold. So this is typically like the sticking point for people. You've gotten your initial pull starting from the bottom of your pull up, but then you get to about this point and people are struggling to get that up and over movement. So this is a great place where you're gonna build strength in that position. And then once you get better and better, you're gonna be like, oh, nope, blast through it, and you're gonna get your first pull up. We're gonna go ahead and establish our grip here. And I'm gonna just make sure I get into that 90 position and holding it. So you're gonna notice that your legs are swinging a little bit. So just make sure to focus on full body tension, keeping your shoulders down so we don't wanna be like this. Think chest open, either looking ahead or you can even slightly gaze up at the bar and then bail. Feet come back down. So once we've established strength in positions, we're going to do half reps. So this way you're building strength just in that either initial 90 or over the bar and lowering down to 90. So same thing, I'm using a step so that I can get a good grip on the bar and starting up higher. I'm going to drop myself down. Full body tension, I am gripping the bar tight, so I should feel tension through my forearms, and I'm going to pull up to 90 and down. I'm not dropping to a dead hang. I wanna keep tension in my lats. And again, pull up, 90 and down. If you wanna progress this, pull faster. And then you can also pull faster and hold it there. So the final piece of our pull-up work is slowing the movement down. Slow eccentrics are a great way to not only build strength, but also injury prevention. So making sure that we're protecting our shoulders. So we're gonna start up like this in our assisted position. Little push, slow and controlled, really focus keeping your elbows close to the body, staying slow, and your chest open, full body tension. This slow eccentric concept can be applied to any of the variations we've done today, whether you're doing assisted or you're doing it from the high bar. It's a great way to just continue building strength and progressing your pull-ups. Now you have all the tools for a stronger pull-up, but the journey doesn't have to end here. If you would like to work out with me, I have workout programs available. Click the link here.